Hello, Gelato Familia. It's George, the Disney Italiano, coming to you with another Hello Gelato Live. It's been a minute. I just did a 2.5 hour one just like 10 minutes ago. Now, doing another one, part two. But in any case, I'm not alone. I got some friends with me. We got Mr. Theme Park Conductor, we got Tommy Toon, and of course, the hollow to my gelato, Abby, joining today. We are going to discuss basically our epic trip to Florida. It was both these gentlemen's first time at Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando, plus also some new things for Abby as well. I got to take them around, show them around. But before we get into all that good stuff, let me introduce these fine people joining me today. I'm going to start down below here. Mr. Tommy Toon with his popcorn buckets. How you doing today?
Hey, pretty good, man. Hollow Gelato. I'm excited to be on. Conductor, what's up? It's cracking as always. Yeah, I had to come party with the popcorn buckets. Super Mario Galaxy's coming out. I had to come through with the 2 new ones. But yeah, man, crazy trip. Epic trip for, Epic Universe. This is crazy. I don't know. The whole thing. Disney is another beast out there. I don't know. But anyways, man, you can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm kind of pumping out right now. TommyToon_. Then on YouTube, more food vlogs. They're coming. Just wait on it. TommyToon_world. And then TikTok, the same thing.
Awesome. And then we have this guy right over here, Mr. Theme Park Conductor, who very much gladly ate my rare steak at Space 220.
I did. It was delicious.
Of course. But how are you doing today, good sir?
I'm doing well. I've been waiting for this because me and Tommy, like you mentioned, George, first time going out there. Oh my gosh, it was absolutely incredible. Loved it. But you can find me on YouTube and Blue Sky at Theme Park Conductor, on Instagram at theme_park_conductor, TikTok at Theme Park Conductor 1, X at Theme Conductor, and every Sunday at 5 or 7 p.m. for Conductor Sunday live stream, where we have amazing guests like these 2 gentlemen. Hollow Gelato with his spicy Italian theme park opinions, Tommy Toon with his world famous food reviews and awesome content, and so many others as we break down Universal and Disney news. We talk everything about the theme parks, some studio stuff, movies, and we're already starting to get in the HHN, which is crazy already. So we talk about all that stuff. And then on top of that, if you want to see any content from Florida on my channel about the shows, it is on my Conductor Ultimate Fan membership, which you can find on my YouTube page.
There you go.
Solid.
You go. And see, Debbie Diaz, welcome in, says, when are you going to other live stream? I guess do another live stream again.
Well, I'll be seeing these fine people in April. Maybe You'll get a joined one with all of us in one. I don't know if that's what you mean, or just, we could do one tomorrow too. I don't know. You guys want another one? Yeah, but in person though, coming up, it's probably April for me being included at least.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes. Because we'll have FanFest that'll be upon us. That's going to be
FanFest, and then you guys are going to help me end off Food and Wine because I've never done it. So.
Yes.
Yeah. I need the goats with me right here.
You're going to love it.
Yeah.
She confirmed tomorrow.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's like, we'll just do it tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
And John was asking Tommy, did you see Project Hail Mary?
No, I'm glad you assumed I didn't because I had to do the horror first. I did Ready or Not 2, but I may have picked the wrong movie to see first. So I definitely have to see that. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's hyped up on the merch. The buckets are selling out like crazy. Maybe that's what you mean too. You didn't see the buckets not here, but yeah, the buckets look cool, and then the movie looks extremely good. and I trust everybody's stuff, opinions and stuff. I seen Cali Bay saying is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and as I said, we were supposed to see it, and then like our dates got like switched to run, and we never was able to go. But hopefully, we can go and see it. John is asking conductor the same thing. Have you seen the movie?
No, have not yet.
We do have a lot of movies on the horizon too that we're going to be doing a lot of out of theater reactions. We have the Super Mario Galaxy movie coming out, The Devil Wears Prada 2.
Yes.
We got some stacked movies coming out, so definitely look out for that as well. Because I know, we're going to see the movie Devil Wears Prada 2, do our review on it pretty soon. In back of Tommy, we'll see a big red high heel of a
Maybe.
Was that from AMC or I forgot?
I don't know. Was it for AMC or was it?
I think-
I'll have to look it up.
I think AMC's is doing a big red purse for Bucket, but not. I don't know.
Okay. I
Crazy.
don't know about the shoe.
And Jacob says, have you seen the cast announcements for How to Train Your Dragon 2?
No.
I did. It was like a couple months ago, right? Let's
I have
see.
not.
Let me pull it up. Or did it just drop? Oh yeah, Kate Blanchett is added into it. Is that what you meant? Like, or am I tripping? Maybe not.
No,
Maybe
I think
that's the old one.
it was for.
Let's see. Actually, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't.
Kev. Oh my God! Wasn't I just on a 2.5 hour live with you? Welcome to another one, Kev.
Exactly. Back to back.
It was so funny. Kev checked up on me during our Florida trip to make sure I was okay because I was stuck with these 3 boys for 2 weeks.
Yeah, she was.
That was crazy.
Yes.
Trooper.
Kev is a real one. What's up, Kev?
Yeah, Kev is great. And then Hudson Thomas, I want Tommy and conductor to walk us through their arrival impressions in Orlando and first entering Walt Disney property and the hotel. Ooh, that's a good one. Right out the gate.
Tommy, go first.
That is a good one. I mean, remember we pulled up like years ago. No, it was like March 4th, right? Yeah, but anyways, March 4th, man, we pulled up. George was kind of just game planning everything out. He's like, here, the sign's coming up. You know what I mean? We pull out our phones, whatever. We're just taking it in. The Uber's driving us. It was nighttime. So we get to see the big marquee light up. Holy moly, that is crazy. I don't even know how to fathom the property of Walt Disney World. It's so big. I mean, one of my buddies from the Bay Area was asking me like, oh, how do you compare it to Disneyland? I'm like, there's like extreme. There's no way. I mean, of course you're going to compare, and that's what everybody does, but there's no way. Like, the property was cool too. We stayed at All-Star Movies. Really, really solid to me. The location was really good. The people were really nice too. I mean, everything worked out to me. I mean, what'd you think, conductor?
So it's interesting because I'm going to start off almost identical to you. Driving towards Parkway at night. Oh, there he is. There's Troublemaker right there. No. Shout out to Wizard. Great friend. He just put out a book on Amazon about, tips and tricks about Universal.
Ooh.
So big shout out to Theme Park Wizard for that. I'm so happy for him.
And also, Wizard, if this is the big permit that you were mentioning, I did showcase it on my last live. So I did bring your post up if it was for the Islands of Adventure permit. Unless there's another permit out. As I said, you're the permit king. So
The king, bro. The king. Killing it like always.
No, but going through the arch at night, and again, our Uber driver was so cool about it because literally he was driving slow because we, like Tommy said, we all pulled our phones out to film it, and it was really cool. He did that. Once we got to All-Star Movies, incredible hotel, and that's just the baseline hotel for Disney. I can't wait to see what an upscaled hotel at Disney would be like out there. And then, walking into the Magic Kingdom, because that's the only park I could really even compare to Disneyland. what a difference when you look at how much bigger it is and how much more room they had to kind of sprawl things out, add extra things that Disneyland obviously doesn't have. It's something definitely you can explore and really kind of soak in and say, okay, well, this doesn't belong here at Disneyland, but it's here at Magic Kingdom, and then this belongs at Disneyland that doesn't belong at Magic Kingdom. So I love that. I nerded out on that.
And I'm so glad that we did get there at night, because that's how the driver was able to slow down and take his time, because there was nobody on the road.
No.
If we were to do that in the daytime, I don't think an Uber driver would have done it, just because of a lot of the traffic going in and out. But yeah, I guys got to see it, as Tommy said, like with the marquee lit up at night and everything. That was, and I am glad that he was able to slow down the car, because even at night, you have, some drivers that's just like, oh, I'll just pass through. So he was nice enough to, for you guys to see it, and for the first time. And that's what I had to tell you guys, because after you pass over that archway, you think, oh, we're still on a major road.
Yeah,
Technically,
right.
You are, but you're on a major Disney road. That's all Disney property, and so that's what Walt wanted. He didn't want the same thing that happened with Disneyland. He didn't want other companies and stuff hindering his magic. So that's why he did it. Let's see. We got, okay, here we go. John, Make It Rain. Which park made, okay, I'm going to reword this because I think I know what he's saying. Which park blew you away the most upon viewing it?
Oh man, are we doing Disney World or Universal? I guess we're sticking to Disney, right?
Well, do one for Universal, do one for Disney, because it's
okay. So I have a different lineup. So the park that blew me away for Disney, was Animal Kingdom, because the vibe, but I like Epcot the best. So the thing is I'm walking in, seeing the Tree of Life at Animal Kingdom. That is literally breathtaking. Of course, I mean the golf ball is breathtaking, but I feel like for me, it's the Epcot thing is overall my favorite, because there's so much for me to do there. So I can't stop thinking about Epcot. But just visually, I know people say Epcot at night, but man, there's nothing like that Tree of Life. I know I sound maybe old school with that, just because it's it wasn't Moana and stuff. I mean, we saw the new trailer for Moana. I mean, The Rock looks ridiculous, but but yeah, but for it's hard. It's hard because Epcot is it, but then Magic Kingdom gives you that magical feeling. Epcot gives you that party feeling. And the Animal Kingdom felt like I just was in nature, and that's what I love. You know what I mean? If I'm not at a big party, then it's nature. Maybe I'll just stick with Disney for now, and then hand it off to Conductor. Maybe we'll bounce back at Universal.
Okay, fair enough. I'll go Disney, and then you could go back to Universal. For Disney, for me, I think my number one would have to be Epcot. Number one, guaranteed, hands down. Because literally, you get two different experiences during the day, and then you get a whole new experience at night.
Right.
Because I have to tell you, the golf ball where Walt statue is, that'll lit up at night. Then you have World Showcase. Oh my gosh.
So
and then, the different pavilions. And then the place we ate at, Rose and Crowns. Shout out to George and Abby for booking that, because that was literally the best restaurant to not only eat, but to have a front row view of the fireworks and the show on the lagoon. That was by far awesome. Awesome.
We did. We had a great viewing. We didn't have to get up. If you eat at Rose and Crown during the time of the fireworks, you have the option that you can go down into the standing space.
Yes.
But our waitress said, "You know what? Where we're sitting, we don't need to."
Dude, it was crazy. To whoever's watching, man, to watch George and Abby work for 14 days was insane. I mean, like the patterns I learned from this dude, like he just said, the setup of the restaurant to coincide with the show. Then, like, even the night before, or whatever, the 2 nights before or after, I guess, I don't know, the Sci-Fi Dine-In was like smooth, and then we hit that. Oh man, we got exclusive seating, at Fantasmic. It was like just the way everything. Literally, I was trying to tell a couple people, the vacation went like 99.9% smooth. Like there was nothing wrong except maybe like the airport shit at the end. But realistically, that's not anybody's fault. So to me, it's like, damn, we all stuck it out and survived it together too. That shit's crazy, man.
Oh no! See, when it comes to the airport stuff, that's conductor's fault because he had to name himself theme park conductor. Had he would have named himself theme park pilot, see, that would have been much.
Exactly.
Then my name is irrelevant, because how can I be theme parks and then be a pilot? That means I would be flying over the theme parks, not enjoying the theme park.
Yeah, but
at least conductor means I'm actually conducting myself through the theme park.
That's not my problem, though. That's on you. See, that's
right.
Like,
there we go.
I agree. I agree with these people, man.
See, and this is honestly, guys, of what you're seeing right now. This was us the entire vacation. It was like,
hey, that's why Kevin knows Abby is a trooper dealing with us three for 14 days. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was great just to, again, not even just go through the pacing of the stuff, but like us having fun with it.
Yeah.
And I think that was for me, that was like the best thing ever, was it just how everything flowed, where we're enjoying the moment, but we're like laughing at stuff and we're joking around. It was like, it was perfect. Now, folks, as I said, I know you guys got questions, and I will get, so just be patient. I will try to get to as many questions, because you guys have some good ones here.
So while he's going real quick, I'm just going to throw out Epic Universe took the cake. Yeah. I mean, I know Velocicoaster at Islands, that's what everybody's going for, but Epic Universe, there's nothing like it. It changes at night. I could go adventure that place for like another week. Of course, any park, but yeah, Hiccups Wing Gliders really puts you in the mode, man. Like, they have the speaker and the music and the sound, everything going. It just immerses you in. There's nothing like Epic Universe and Epcot. So, those are my two. Of course, like I said, Animal Kingdom, though, breathtaking to look at, everything. But yeah, Epcot, longevity-wise, for sure. I know that's everybody's choice usually. So yeah, I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I just have one thing to say. Speaking of Animal Kingdom, because I told these guys I have this funny feeling it is not an Animal Kingdom day for me. For as many years as I've been going to that park, since 1998 that it opened, I've never been to Animal Kingdom where it didn't rain. And sure enough, that was the one day where it was like torrential downpour. Now, the reason why I bring that up is, for all of you who have not been at a park with conductor during a storm, it is, for me anyways, it is so entertaining, because I love watching him as he's like walking like 100 paces ahead of us. He's literally having an argument with the rain. He's like,
I don't like rain.
I know, but I'm saying, like, you're having an argument with it.
I'm paying money to enjoy the park, not rain. If I want to do that, hell, I'll just find an area of California that just happens to rain, and just be fully clothed and stand out there with no umbrella. If I want to do that, I'm not paying for that. I'm just walking outside and enjoying rain.
And again, folks, this was the major entertainment that we were doing, like, all the time. Like, we literally were taking even like situations, and we were just having fun with it and laughing. But conductor, what was your Universal park?
Okay, so I'm gonna go old school here. I'm gonna go Islands of Adventure for me, because literally you walk through and you're kind of in this marketplace, but as you walk towards the middle of the park, you have a fork in the road. You can go right towards Seuss Landing, or you can go left towards Superhero Island. But straight on the money shot, you have the big body of water. Then across the way, you have Velocicoaster, and literally right next to it, you have the 1993 themed buildings of Jurassic Park. Can't get any better.
You took that photo. That was a killer
Yeah.
shot. You did.
Oh my gosh, beautiful. But I do have to say though, Hero Island, even though it's based off Marvel back in the old school days, very, very cool to see. I can literally hang out in that land for a couple hours. It was awesome.
Man, Spider-Man, that ride was classic. Just going on at once, like that is definitely top tier. I know it's old and no one talks about it no more, but man, seeing that for the first time, just coming from the West Coast, that was crazy. I mean, I say Islands of Adventure is last on my list out of the 7 parks, but it really is something else. I mean, to me, it feels like Six Flags and a little bit of like Universal, Disney, like all combined, but it feels like a Six Flags park the most. But that Velocicoaster and Hagrid's, I understand, you know what I mean? And then the best restaurant on Universal property, I mean, Mythos, I mean, that just raises the bar for islands to me. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm really hoping, and again, because also of what Wizard had posted with the permits for Islands of Adventure, and they just recently filmed something where they're standing in Lost Continent, a big Universal person. So obviously some news is going to come out that Lost Continent is getting replaced with something. My money is on Pokemon, and I talked about this on my last live. But I really hope I somehow, some way, I just wish that like Mythos can be a time capsule where it's like not touched for anything. Because
Me too now.
Man, I absolutely love that restaurant. And Tommy, you had mentioned Hagrid's, and again, as things come up in our conversation, I'm going to kind of like segue to like these little mini stories, because that's what we're going to do. Conductor was on the bike. I was in the sidecar. And then Tommy and Abby were in front of us. Abby was in the sidecar. Tommy was on the bike. I swear to you, I laughed the entire freaking time. If I was able to get a picture of Tommy, because it was when he was at times, it was during like the time where it was speeding. He wasn't holding on to the handlebars, which were up here. He was holding on to the bar. So it made him kind of have like this crunched look. So he's like leaning down, and it was just, oh my God, it was just so funny.
We had the front too, I think. Were we in the front or am I tripping?
You guys had you guys were we were section 2.
There was like nothing like that experience at all. Nothing like it. We were cruising. It was me and Abby, man. We were cruising on that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was clean. That was fun.
Oh my gosh.
But I think Incredible Hulk, that ride reminds me of like old coasters. So I don't really like the setup where it has like the rubber right here and it's hard rubber. You can hit your head back and forth. I don't know. I'm okay with it, but I mean, they had that some Six Flags stuff, so I'm glad the newer stuff is like different for sure. But yeah, that Velocicoaster. Oh my God, I can't even. I love it when they just launch you in that hill. That's like that up part to the end is crazy. That's like the best thing ever.
I'm going to bring this question back up, but really quick, Tommy, I wanted to ask you, because I asked Conductor this question. Which one do you prefer, Velocicoaster or Hagrid's?
So on your vlogs, I said Hagrid's because the story, there was more elemental story stuff, not just dinosaurs screeching at you. But that Velocicoaster really had a long-lasting impression with me because I can't get over that hump, and then you come down, and then you chill for a little bit, then you go on a little twirl. Mm-hmm. That thing on the water, like there's nothing like that. Like Conductor was saying, like, the money shot from across the lake, that's the money shot you're in. You're like, holy moly, I can't get over it. Like, there's nothing like it. It was the most intense coaster I've ever been on. So we'll see next, because Tron, I love Tron too. We did that day and night.
We did it day and yeah, I'm glad we were able to do both, especially at night. Even though it's a short ride, I mean, you have to ride it at night with the lights and everything.
That one's sick. You're like,
I wish it was longer.
Yeah,
right.
I think it needs more. It needs to be longer outside. I think inside it was enough.
Yeah,
I think it needs more extended outdoor track.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember because I was behind them both times, and when I was behind Conductor, I shouted out before we left the station, "There's a tall guy in front of me. I can't see. I want my money back."
I can't see. He's too tall, man.
But I wanted to ask you guys really quick, what is your impression as far as, because Disney and Universal are very different in how they operate and how they maneuver things. And obviously, as you guys were mentioning all your fun moments at both places, but what kind of separates the two of them for you, that where maybe Disney does something a little better than Universal and vice versa?
Well, I guess I'll answer the question and then just do small things. So for me, Disney was bigger in like a family oriented thing because we stayed there. I'll have to stay at Universal property next time. Disney just has you set. I mean, all the cast members are really, really polite and they go above and beyond for you. Especially us, creators, we try to always overstep our boundary maybe to get the shot or something. And they definitely accommodate. What I like about Universal though, Conductor brought this to my attention. So sorry if I'm stealing your swag, but they have their own security. They're not third partied out like Hollywood. So the Universal security is like super chill. They know what they're looking for. They're not stressing out over equipment or whatever you're bringing in. So I did like Universal like that. And I'm not sure if there's a Universal bubble where we sit and you take all this transportation around and stuff, but I just know Disney World, there's nothing like it. I've never seen anything like it. And the way it's like oriented is once you get there, they'll take care of you. I mean, the Wi-Fi works at your hotel and then the whole property after everywhere. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, the buses take you to and from wherever you want to go. So if you don't need an Uber, you don't have to. But the one thing about Disney World that just kills all competition is just restaurants. Restaurants in the resort hotels, restaurants at the parks. It's not just like grabbing quick service every minute, even though that stuff's good too. It's just, to me, it's about the sit downs and the experiences, and those things just blew me out of the water to me. Because to me, it's like, I want the rides and everything, but to have this experience with food, because I'm a foodie, really, really hit home with Disney World, I think, over everything. Even though Conductor's Big Fire at Universal definitely hit.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a great recommendation, because I probably, as much as I planned 99% of the restaurants, but that 1% that Conductor did pick Big Fire, that was fire. I have to say. Conductor, same question.
So repeat the question one more.
Oh shit! So for you, even though you loved being in Walt Disney World and you loved being in Universal Orlando, what sets each of them aside that makes Disney World kind of over Universal and vice versa? The pros and the cons, so to speak.
Okay. So Universal, I'm trying to think, because Tommy actually made one of the points I was going to make for Universal. And again, having their own security, having not just their own security, but also having an easier way to get into the park. Because as many people probably do know, at Hollywood, we're stuck in the old school ways of getting into the park, so it's a nightmare. So that's one thing I enjoyed about Universal. Another thing I enjoyed about Universal is that the walk around characters, there was a lot.
Yeah.
Not at Epic, but at Islands, at the studios. I loved it. And then for City Walk, again, we went to Big Fire. I had a great time. The guys obviously had a great time. Abby had a great time. We didn't even explore a fraction of the City Walk, so I'm definitely eager to go back and check that out. When it comes to Disney, I would have to say the entertainment and the restaurants and the hospitality won me over. Because again, it's not to diminish the cast members at the Disneyland Resort here in California. But I said this to the guys multiple times over the trip. I said, I can definitely tell a difference, because when you look at cast members on the West Coast, you look at cast members on the East Coast, there's a difference, because the East Coast, I kind of feel they get paid better and they have more staff. So that way, not one cast member is overloaded with work. So in all return, that just provides a better guest experience to the people coming to the resort. When you look at Disneyland, they do their best and I commend them for it, but we don't have enough staff half the time. The staff that are there, as far as I know, they're getting overwhelmed with all these responsibilities that they shouldn't have to carry on their own. So in all reality, they try to, provide a wonderful guest experience, but at the end of the day, they get so worn out and tired because of all these extra things they have to do. And some of them get so tired, they might not provide that excellent customer service. And I don't blame them 100%, because it all has to do with the different litigations between California and Florida. So that's something I could tell without a doubt.
Okay. And right before I get to the question, what's your take on that?
Oh yeah, I'm here. No, just kidding. I like being in the Disney bubble because it was a lot easier not having to, and a lot cheaper, not having to go to the Ubers for the Universal parks. Yeah. I liked this time around because last year we did stay at Universal property, pack up, and then go to Disney property. So I like this portion that we were able to stay on Disney property the whole time. I loved that we were able to do the dining packages or the dining plan, because it really helped out not having to worry about our meals and everything. Because at first we weren't sure if we were going to get it, and we were having to calculate, make sure we have enough money to cover it. And when we did end up going to the dining plan, they have so many options. You can either choose a $20 meal versus a $90 meal. It's still all covered. So that was really cool. And I do like at the Disney because they have, a lot of different places to eat. I loved all the different restaurants we went to. Some I did before and others were a lot new to me. So I just love that part of it.
Interesting.
And not as much walking.
Yeah, Abby does not do walking.
Yes,
she does not. Even though she does, she's a trooper. But does she like it? No.
No.
Okay, so we have Vinton Solars in the house. Welcome in. How did you guys like the Skyliner?
Oh God!
So yeah, there's a story. There's a story to that one too, which I'll let you guys say your piece on the Skyliner before we get to the story.
Tommy, go ahead.
I mean, I don't have much. I loved it. I mean, I've never been on one. I thought it was really cool seeing the Epcot's, the main golf ball thing and everything. It was cool going in it. It's crazy to learn which one you take to go where, and they come in hot too. I mean, when you're about to get dropped off, I don't know. I mean, it was pretty crazy. It was fun though. I'm not really afraid of heights, so I'm a little different. Yeah, what do you guys think?
So, for me personally, I actually liked it because it gave an experience of, seeing a lot of the resorts close by that you can kind of say, whoa, look at that, or look at this, and kind of, future plan your trips. Say, oh, I want to stay there, or, oh, I want to go explore that the next time I'm out here. So I loved that. And it kind of gave me a sneak preview of what the city of Anaheim's trying to do with OC Vibe, the Disneyland Resort, the Honda Center, and all that. So it kind of gave me that experience. But I'm going to leave the last part to Abby because I know she was scared to death. So go ahead, Abby.
Yeah, they forced me to go on the damn Skyliner.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Actually, our trip in May last year, I was like curious about it, and then I got more afraid of like, oh wait, we are really gonna go on it this time. It just like shoots you up, and I'm like, oh my god, here we go.
Oh my gosh.
And then, like Tommy said, it comes back down to what is it called? Like the little
station.
The little station. It comes really fast.
It
We were
does.
going backwards because I do not want to see it going forwards.
No, you
It's gonna
didn't.
be even more. So yeah.
It went
Happy to
fast.
be of the Skyliner.
And for everyone who wants to actually see those moments, definitely check out my vlog on Hollow Gelato.
Oh,
It was our
It was our
day off. It was our
Oh,
day
boy.
off. It was actually day one of our Walt Disney World portion. Like that was like kicking off everything, where we literally made stops at the Riviera. We went around the Yacht and Beach Club. We were at the boardwalk.
But it freaks me out because like when it would slow down, we're in the middle and we're up high. I'm like, oh my god, please don't get stuck up here.
Jeez.
It
Oh
was
my gosh.
freaky.
and we got Cody Anderson in the house. Was going to Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando a childhood dream, or did you become interested later in life?
So I'm going to answer that one because I actually told George many times, even before the trip, during the trip. I've told Tommy a bunch of times. Actually, for me, as a child, Walt Disney World was my childhood dream that came true because of George and Abby making that possible. Later in life, though, Universal Orlando became another bucket list dream of mine because of the fact that they had the old Jurassic Park theming. They had Velocicoaster. They have Diagon Alley, which Tommy and George will both tell you the moment we walked in there, I
Oh
disappeared.
my gosh,
I ran.
We lost him. We lost him in Diagon Alley.
I ran.
already.
And Hagrid's and all that. So that's my take on it. But yeah, I would say Walt Disney World was my childhood dream.
Man, let me tell you, I mean, I'm a little bit older than these guys, but not by a lot, so don't judge me. But watching Step by Step, Family Matters, Full House, they all had the two-parters. Roseanne, I mean, the two-part Walt Disney World ones, I always wanted to rewatch those darn episodes. I'm always like thinking, when am I going to go to this park? So, I mean, that was back in the 90s, man. So, of course, like Conductor said, Universal picked up a little later for me. I'll say after the pandemic, I really got back into theme parks, and Universal launched that for me. So, this was a dream come true for when I was a kid, and also just my new spark of curiosity too of everything. And when Epic Universe opened, there was something about it that everybody was like, we have to get over to Florida. And yeah, George and Abby helmed that to the end. I mean, I literally learned the form of vacationing over there through them. I mean, I probably wouldn't do it another way now. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like once you do it that way, it's like you can't do it any other way. It's
No.
like
It's so-
and Jacob was asking, are allergies allowed at Universal in Epic Universe?
Allergies.
I'm assuming, Jacob, you mean like, do they have like an allergy menu?
No, they didn't at Universal compared to Disney. They asked us every table who has allergies. I think that it's obligated, legally obligated for them to ask you that, but I feel like Epic didn't like accommodate though. I don't know. What do you guys do? Like, what do you guys think?
I think Disney asks more upfront. I think Universal might do it, but you probably have to bring it to their attention.
Yeah.
More than likely, I don't remember any Universal dining location that asked that question. The only place that I think
Atlantic or
no, it wasn't Atlantic. It was actually at Islands. It was in the San Francisco area. That George, you know it.
at the Studios Park,
No,
Lombards.
oh Lombards. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Lombards.
What?
Wait. What did he say? Wait.
Hey, for real. Hey, it's gonna be crazy when we go for Tropical Americas next
It's
year.
gonna be hot.
Yeah.
Is that next year?
That's next year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire. It's gonna come up quick.
Yeah.
We're about to be locked in for like 10 days over there.
Yeah, so Kev says my balls are sweating just thinking about Animal Kingdom
Oh God!
Americas.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, I will say though, like there's a time like where if you go to Animal Kingdom, definitely bring some of that baby Potter, just like pat the inners.
I'm not even going to answer that. I'll leave that to your imagination.
What was the other? John Make It Rain says I didn't see Tommy a lot in many of the late night live streams.
Oh man, so I was gassed out. You know, I'm not from out there, so I was either gassed out or editing or eating.
It was true. It was
Yeah,
true.
one
Essentially,
of those
it
three.
could make you gassy. So you were either gassed out or gassy. Yes.
Yeah, I guess a little bit, all of it. Yeah,
Tommy did.
You
I
did
did
it.
like one.
You did one, and then you did some audio like to the side because I did
Yeah.
something too when we were kind of like having our discussion while
Right.
Conductor was live.
Yeah, they killed it. These guys killed it. They did like 8 to 10 days in a row. I mean, this thing, I'm sure you guys saw it, but this was a crazy run. It was the most closest I've ever got to a content creator space or house, and I could just see bigger opportunities later on. I mean, this is going to be insane. We all know we could work together, and like it's just I could see bigger, better things for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all had like whenever we had a sit down restaurant, we had a routine of okay, who's gonna go first, second.
Yeah.
God,
Always-
no.
Apparently, Conductor went last because
I went last every time and had my little bread pudding from Mythos turned into a little freaking vanilla lake thanks to George.
Thanks to me, probably. Yeah, sorry, man.
I don't know what was more. I don't know what was more funnier, actually watching the genesis of that ice cream being stacked going
Yeah,
in,
it was the
puddle,
Genesis.
Or
or
him pretending that it
it
never,
never happened. Yes.
So like,
God, you suck. I don't like you. I don't like you.
And Vinton asked, "How did you like Stardust Racers?" We will let you know next year
next
because
year.
When we can actually ride it. When we can actually ride it. Oh,
yeah, hopefully,
It's
we
still
will-
not open, is it?
oh,
They what was the date? They gave an opening.
I think
It's
it
still
was
not
like
open.
April 5th.
Right.
Yeah, it should be opening soon. But yeah, no, it's still currently done. Thank God I didn't switch anything
Yeah.
because it still would have been done. But yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get to ride it because I was so excited because I couldn't ride it the first time because I had my surgery, and now I'm like, okay, I get to go on it now, and nope, it was down for
Third time's the charm.
third time's the charm. So we'll see.
Oh, Lucas and Disney actually answered. It is open as of today.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Wow, it took that long. Yeah, I mean,
Jesus.
did the Wi-Fi not work at Universal? Oh, because you're answering. So I was just saying, in general, since we're staying in the Disney bubble, that Wi-Fi worked literally everywhere in the Disney bubble. Universal, I had no issues with calling anybody, uploading on Instagram or anything. So I think I was just putting more emphasis on the Disney thing because I was nervous. I was reluctant because I was like, this is like a big city almost of people, and I wasn't sure if we were going to get Wi-Fi everywhere. But no, I was good at both resorts. Yeah.
Yeah, I think other than sometimes of like uploading the videos, that's where it had the issues with me. But as far as like the actual working of the Wi-Fi, yeah, it worked at both resorts.
Yeah.
I have no issues with that. Let's see.
Shout out Giant Peter though. I seen him. I seen your comment.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, because it's epic to see us. Absolutely, we are taking names and signing autographs. So,
Right.
let's see.
When you didn't see me running from the rain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that was only like one day. I mean,
That's true.
well, it was pouring though. I mean, I was trying to tell people, man, it's like a puddle coming down. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, it's like draping water. It's just like someone like turned the faucet on, like, and it just is all. It's not like little mist out here. Even down here, I mean, when it's like raining, it's storming in the Bay Area. It's not like that.
Perfect.
But I'll take it. I'm coming back. So I don't know when, but I'll come back. I mean, I didn't get scared away. So
There you go.
Yeah, so Lucas and Disney says, I hope you guys never went to Blue Dragon.
Well, I'm actually interested in why you say that because the Instagram reel I posted online, somebody was like, "Who recommended this?" I was like, "Well, I mean, it looks appetizing when you're like Oriental food, like Chinese food, Asian food at like a theme park, and it looks legit. You go in, it's like city vibe. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was cool, but I mean." I guess George was like 1 out of 3. He only liked, like, realistically.
The
I
food,
didn't
the food was okay. Like there was some food that was like really, really good, and then there was something like the was it the dumplings?
Yeah.
They were really good. The dumplings were really good.
So Lucas and Disney said appetizing, just Uber delivery Chinese food.
Someone was like, the orange chicken's not as good as Panda. And I was like, damn. And then George was even like, yeah, this isn't it. But man, the waitress was top tier. You know, everything was really good for lunch. So for me, I had a great time. I mean, it was fun. I didn't really have one miss on the trip. We had some hiccups, but besides that, we're all right, you know.
Wow.
See, the manager legit asked that they wanted to talk to me.
Oh wow, bro!
Just for that review.
Wow, that's intense.
impressive.
I wonder what you ate. What did he eat?
Lucas, what did you get? Because I know you mentioned it before. Of
on your live stream, I missed it before. Yeah, my fault.
Let's see.
that's why I can't even remember. So that's why I have to.
Well, now that he was talking about that, what was like the weakest thing on the trip, food wise? I mean, and we can't really say temperature wise of your steak. I mean, we know that was a fumble, but like, what was the most terrible?
I still think it was Space 220 for me because even if it wasn't the temperature, I felt like the steak was not seasoned.
Yeah.
Hey, Abby said that. You guys are pretty sharp. I guess I'll go with that one.
Yeah, like if you have to put ketchup on a filet mignon,
Oh God.
like
yeah, so Space 220 was
Mine was cooked to the right temperature. It just needed flavor. There was like no flavor to it.
But hey, they have an excuse. They're 220 miles up above. They
Well,
can't get this food to you, man. They can't, dude. They can't.
Yeah.
I guess space never heard of salt and pepper.
I know.
No, absolutely not.
But the restaurant was cool. Like the waiter was nice, and the vibes are sick. So maybe if we utilize that a little different, we just got cocktails and just drank there. We may have felt different about it. It might have been like, oh my God, we're in space. You know what I mean? But we don't do that shit. I don't know. So we just ate everywhere, which is all right too. You know what I mean? I did like the dessert.
100%.
Yeah.
Once I can crack it open.
Exactly.
Crack open.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so we ate at, well, at least I ate at. We ate at Pizza Moon. We ate at Dawes Steakhouse, me and Tommy. Absolute fire. We ate at Atlantic. What else did we eat at? We ate at that restaurant kind of near Harry Potter and Stardust. I can't remember it.
Oh, yeah. With the burgers?
Yeah.
What was that place called?
That was good. What was that called? That was
I can't remember where
it came in clutch though.
Yeah, because we weren't even planning on that one. It was
the Meteor.
Meteor.
Something.
You're my lucky meteor. You seen Joe Dirt?
Oh my gosh!
And then we ate at me, Abby, and Tommy ate at the Blue Dragon, and then of course we all ate at Mythos. Best restaurant, I think, honestly, on Universal property.
100%.
Yeah. We left out Helios. We're gonna do that next trip.
Yep.
The conductor did the tour of it, but we're gonna leave that. You know, we got to have something to do when we go back for Stardust.
Yeah, I didn't eat there. I wanted to explore, and my gosh, when you get on the patio up there, and the view is phenomenal. And no, I did not scare anyone, even though I scared him when I took him and some buddies of mine. I almost scared them to death.
Well, no. Actually, you scared me once.
I did?
That's when we were doing the Tommy's short for the Where Here, and I swear, like the first here, I swear he was like right next to me.
I did.
And I did not know how loud he was going to go. And when he went here, oh my God, he scared the ever-loving shit out of me.
Dude, you know how much reception I got from that? People like that. I'm like, well, it took like 10 days to make. So.
Yeah. Yeah, my coworkers love that one.
Right, it was fire. I mean, it was pretty good.
I looked forward to that. Like each day before we started our day, we were like, okay, we got to find a location to do our.
I fumbled 4 days. We fumbled every day at Epic. I mean, super fumble. And then our day off, I fumbled it, which is okay. It could have been a little bit, but man, we're going hard in that. That thing was fun. I mean,
I think it was still great though, because even if you would have did multiple ones at Epic, it made sense of our days. But when you look at it as a reel, it's like, okay, why did you go to Epic and then go back to Epic again after you just did? So it literally showcased like every location, even if we
right.
Right.
I'll take it.
I like Lucas and Disney's comment. He said, I'd be scared of any people opening their curtains at the Helios Resort, and I'm just a guest who never booked a hotel there. So they're at the park looking at the hotel, and someone, yeah, I'd be kind of scared.
You actually could see in the wind, like you could see the curtains closed. You can see the windows. Yeah. I mean, they're not blacked out or mirrored out.
No, they're not.
Well, I have to say though, I forgot. I did eat at 2 other spots at the How to Train Your Dragon. I did the barbecue, pulled pork, peanut butter, mac and cheese cone, and then I did the meat hall thing. We went to meat hall, and I ate the fish of the day dessert thing.
Oh, nice.
Right. So I mean, How to Train Your Dragon area, Isle of Burke was definitely my favorite.
Yeah, you had the Vikings be part of that.
Right, bro. That thing should have went viral. I mean, it still went hard, but man, that was a fun time. I mean, that 1 minute gap is when it happened.
Oh, so yeah, you see, Lucas, honestly, I would book a room just to do that. I literally, really, honestly would wait until they start like the projection show. And then I would get a window room, and honestly, I would just like open it up and just like bare all chest, so you see like the Harry Potter emblems like flexing off.
Oh my God.
No. That's hilarious, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Pizza Moon, honestly, that was
One
the
of the
best pizza I think I've ever had at like a fast food theme park setting. Like as far
Ever.
as sitting down ever. I
Ever.
think I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love Via Napoli. I know you're gonna. I know why you're laughing. I enjoy Boardwalk Pizza. I
He
do.
loves the boardwalk.
I love
pizza.
Boardwalk. But I mean, as far as like an actual like indoor restaurant, I tell you what,
As far as the real pizza.
Wow, that's a statement.
That it was a sizable pizza.
Yeah, it was big.
However,
I'm
and I say this just so people know, because actually we weren't aware of it, because Tommy, you were actually waiting how long, if you want to let everyone know. So if they do go to Pizza Moon, when you placed your order.
Oh, dude, I think so. Epic Universe has some solid stuff. They put the QR code on the table for
Yes.
you to order
I did like that.
and then initiate. But I didn't initiate at every my timing of initiating it at every restaurant was different. So you have to pick and complete the order, but then you have to go back in and put your table number.
And put
So
your
that's where I fumbled at a couple spots. I'm sitting here like, why did she bring me my water? You know, where's everything at? It's because I didn't click the number yet.
Jeez.
But I do like how Epic has that. It's almost like quick service, even though it's not. But yeah, I mean, I fumbled a couple times, so be careful.
Okay, so let me ask you this, since we're talking about food, the restaurant inside Harry Potter at Epic, what do you guys think about that? Because when I walked in, I will tell you this, the restaurant was so detailed, it was crazy. And then the viral crepe that Tommy's like, we have to try that. We have
That
to
was
do
one of the best crepes I've ever. I still have to release that because I had technical issues with the mics.
Mm.
Essentially, we started pantomiming our review afterwards. But I love that crepe. I would literally, honestly, go back, not even just to redo the review, but just to get that crepe again.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I said, just the utter detail of inside that restaurant was just incredible. And that's one thing that I deeply appreciate about Epic, not just being new and all that, but every little square inch of the theme park was themed. There was not one bald spot I could find that wasn't themed to something. And I love that.
Yeah, me too. Lucas talking about Super Nintendo World Food. So we've basically done all the Nintendo World Foods because it's in Hollywood, and of course, you know, we had to lock in that DK banana ice cream. Me and Conductor did. Man, that pineapple soda was extremely well. I just think, you know, I understand they try to have a crunch. They wanted a crunch, so they put caramel popcorn on it. They just got to be careful with that because sometimes the popcorn could get stale, and it may not give you a crunch. It may be a soft bounce, and then you don't really bite it right away, and it gets smashed. So
that's what reminds me of that honeycomb cereal they put on the at DC.
right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. So it's fire, but maybe a different thing for the crunch. Oh,
Hold on. Part two.
well,
Hold on.
that's only in Florida and Japan. I mean, that's it. It's the only two places.
Yep. And it was good. It was really, really awesome.
Yeah.
I would go back for
I was
that.
mentioning that you're making me crave for a banana split.
Well, sorry.
Oh shit! I know that's fire too.
Hopefully you have a Dairy Queen nearby.
No, I don't think we have a Dairy Queen, but
I do.
actually that sounds good too. A Dairy Queen cheeseburger. That actually does sound good.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'd rather
That's
go
not
for Oreo Blizzard.
Ooh. Yeah.
Gosh.
See, John Make It Rain, did you guys participate in any of the alcohol mixing classes at Epcot?
No.
No.
No, they actually had a D23 mixing class. Actually, the first day we went to Epcot was on the 11th. Actually, because Conductor and I were talking about it before we left for the trip, but it was like $500 some per person. I'm like, No, I'll just drink on my own, thank you. Like I'll
No,
No, I have to go back to Epcot. We did 2 days. I have to go back for the World Showcase drinking around the world thing because I didn't do it. So I do have to do it eventually, but just too much to do. I could have went to Disney World for 2 weeks.
Yeah, same.
yeah, really, yeah, you really could. And then we have Xtina's Fighter 2000. Which Space Mountain do you like more after being on both? So
I
unfortunately,
didn't go on it.
go on Magic Kingdom's Space Mountain. I do want them to experience it just because so they can actually give their full reaction to like which one. I have an idea which one they probably would prefer. But we wanted to make sure that we knocked out all the stuff that they haven't experienced because of being out here. We wanted to do a lot of the stuff, you can't get out here, such as like the People Mover, Carousel of Progress, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Yeah, and it actually really is. I agree. Space Mountain in Magic Kingdom is hell.
I don't want to go on it, man. What's the point? I'll take your word for it, man. And I trust your judgment, so I'm gonna fall back on that one.
Go ahead and read it. Go ahead.
If I pay $500 for the mixing class, do I get the certification at least?
That's pretty good, dude.
Unfortunately, no. And I do want to point out something about Tomorrowland because I told the guys this, so I know for people that are watching that are a Florida resident or have been to Walt Disney World many, many, many times, I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't know what everyone complains about with their Tomorrowland. If you want something to complain about with Tomorrowland, I encourage anybody that has not been to our Tomorrowland at the Disneyland Resort in California to go experience it and then tell me you're still going to complain about Tomorrowland and Magic Kingdom. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Man, I was on top of what would we go on? Astro Orbiters at, like 11 at night or something crazy, maybe 10. That was pretty fun. I mean, our Astro Orbiters is not on top of the anything. It still goes high, but this thing was pretty damn high. It was shorter though. The ride was shorter. They kind of cut the unless I was just enjoying it so much. I like that ride at night specifically just because you're cruising. It's nighttime to go around a circle. Then we knocked out Tron at night, dude. That was insane. My God, was that like not the best ride at that park or what?
That was literally the last. That was our last ride of the night. We closed. Technically, we were in the park after it closed.
Yeah. I love it. I want to do that every time.
Yeah, I like honestly. If someone asked me if you had to pick one or the other, would you rope drop or would you close out a park? I would close out a park every time.
Close out.
Yeah.
Because that's what we basically did. I think the only park we didn't close out was Animal Kingdom because it was raining so hard.
We got close, so we left it like 6:10, and it closed at like 7 or something. And it was like you said, we're all wet, and it was like towards the end of the trip, dude. It was time.
Yeah. So Hudson, unfortunately, I didn't get to take the guys over to the Grand Floridian. We were supposed to because we had reservations for 1900 Park Fare for breakfast. However, because that was on our Magic Kingdom day, speaking of opening up with the park, we wanted to get there as early as possible, which really worked out well because we were able to get on the People Mover and Tron with very little wait, especially with Tron.
Yeah.
So, and plus it did rain that day, so it allowed us to optimize our time more before it actually started raining. So next time, and that's the beauty thing with Walt Disney World, it is so big that when you guys go back down, it's going to be a whole different experience than
again, because we'll be staying somewhere different. We're doing Tropical America, so it's probably Animal Kingdom first. And then okay, so I said 99.9%. This is that 0.1%. We didn't get to do Hollywood Tower of Terror because we got thrown this crazy move. We're at, like I said, the Sci-Fi dine-in, right? and the waiter gave us like premium seats for Fantasmic. How can you bail on that? We were going to go on Tower of Terror, but we'd rather just take the option of Fantasmic. So we have more stuff to do at Hollywood Studios too.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so that's an excellent question, Tommy, that you bring up. I want to ask you guys about Fantasmic out there. Tommy, I kind of know how you feel, but I still want you to say your opinion. What did you guys feel about Fantasmic out there compared to the Disneyland Resorts version? What do you guys think?
I'll just go real quick because I want to hear George and Abby's opinion too. It felt more grand in scale. I know their dinosaur head comes out or whatever it is. And ours was, actually there, but that burned up. Dude, I thought the way it was scaled with the actors running around, the 2 or 3, playing Aladdin and stuff, I thought it was fire. I mean, to me, so don't butcher me in the comments, I thought it was a different show than the one we have. I mean, it seems different, but they still come out on the boats and like they're still like dancing and stuff. So that was still fun. It's not our Rivers America, like on top, like by Orleans Square and stuff. So I understand that part too. It doesn't transform like right in front of your eyes. It's just kind of like bleacher seating.
Sure.
But I kind of like that. I like that it's a show. I do like it. I like both, but we just my opinion's so hindered because we got exclusive seating. I mean, it's hard to be like, oh yeah, it's different. Well, we got hooked up.
I will say though, honestly, unless you're at like the very end, wherever you really sit, you get a great seat. I've never been there where I had a bad seat. But I do think that was 1 in a million. I have never seen. The only time I've seen that done was in 2007 when cast members would award guest for the Year of a Million Dreams.
Oh,
yes.
I've never seen them just come up to someone and say, oh yeah, here's tickets that you were supposed to purchase the Fantasmic package. And like, here you go.
right.
And
Very awesome.
And you wonder like if they had extra that night and they were told to do that. Because I mean, how do you fill in seats like that? Plus, there was only 4 of us, and I went back because we're meeting up with Jared from Capture the Magic. And I'm like, oh man, we got one more person. He's waiting outside, please. And they hooked it up again. So, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think for me, I love how both Fantasmics are different. Yes. I don't want a carbon copy for both because, again, it makes you want to see Fantasmic when you go to Disney World because you're used to seeing Disneyland's. I love how Disneyland, it's cohesive with the park itself. It brings the park alive at night. What I don't like about it is you have to stand for 2 hours to claim your spot. Or if you do buy the dining package, then you're sitting on these stone bricks. And it's just like, I think honestly, in that case, you kind of get your money's worth for Walt Disney Worlds because then you are sitting. And yeah, it is like you're going into an amphitheater kind of setting. But again, I think it fits well in Hollywood Studios because Hollywood Studios is a show kind of park.
It is. And you know what's interesting about it? It was kind of weird at first to kind of walk backstage to get to it. But George is right. It was an outdoor amphitheater. I kind of felt like I was going to watch this massive production, which it was a massive production. I liked it. But I also agree with George that I like how you have 2 different versions of the same show. You have the one at Hollywood Studios, which is kind of backstage in an outdoor amphitheater. And you have another one that's kind of right in the middle of the park. It's just, for me, the only gripe I would give about the Hollywood Studios park for their Fantasmic, instead of having bleacher seating,
good point.
I want to had actual stadium seating. Like
actual individual seats.
Yeah, so kind of like what you see at like Angel Stadium or MLB Stadium or NFL Stadium. The seats don't have to be padded, but a seat like that, I kind of feel like that would have been something better. Only reason being because after sitting there for because Fantasmic's 30 minutes. It's a 30-minute show because I filmed the entire thing. It's 30 minutes. And after a while, especially if you're either just sitting there watching the show or you're a vlogger and you want to record it, your back gets tired very easy. It's not comfortable at all. So that's the only thing I would say. But I don't know. I think for right now, the Hollywood Studios Fantasmic kind of upskills the one at Disneyland for right now. But I can promise you, once Disneyland gets Murphy back, the full animatronic, if we do get it, or when we get it, ours will be way back on top once again.
It does make me wonder when they do bring the dragon back, is it going to be even a bigger state of the art kind of?
Hope so.
Because really, the one that we lost was when did they premiere that dragon?
You know what? That's an excellent question.
Because I mean, it's been a while, so I can't foresee them bringing back a kind of like an robotic animatronic that it was formed 10 years ago. I have a feeling like it'll be more state of the art, I would think.
Well, let me find out.
And then while you do that, John asked, did you guys experience any mosquitoes? So for me, every time that I am in Walt Disney World or even Universal Orlando, I have no problems with bugs.
Me either.
Me either.
I come back home and I'm a freaking like blood buffet.
Yeah.
But anytime like I'm in the resort, I don't know. They do like their spraying and they keep up with.
There was this like tick looking thing that was on somebody walking into Epcot though, and he kind of flung it off.
Yeah.
And I was like, was that a tick? Man, I was about to take his leg off, bro.
Yeah. he probably brought it in.
Yeah.
So,
exactly. 2009.
Okay, 2009. So, I mean, 17 years. So I'm for sure they're gonna like updo it where it'll look much better.
100%.
And then, did you guys enjoy Animal Kingdom's water ride more than Grizzly Peak at Disneyland? We didn't go on Kali River Rapid only because, well, for two reasons. One,
rain.
Well, actually, I was just going to say you guys didn't really want to get wet, and number two, like with water rides, and number two was we basically got wet anyway for that day because it was like we all got so like Tommy got us ponchos and all they had was the very small like, and it was like, but it did the job though. After the fact, we got torrential downpour, but I mean, like it still helped. But my shoes were
they were done.
Soaked.
Slithery. Like it was like
they were done.
Literally. So yes, unfortunately we didn't get to do Kali River. But I can give my opinion on it just because I've been on it. I still prefer Grizzly River. I think Grizzly River, because it has more drops, Kali just has one big one. I feel like you get more wet on Grizzly, except for Kali, because you have the people standing on the bridge with the water guns.
Yeah.
Or they shoot, not the guns, but they shoot like from the elephant's nozzle, and like it'll hit you, especially if you get backed up. Oh man, they'll just keep pressing the button and it'll just keep shooting. And it's like, so, but yeah, maybe we'll do like a day like because I would like them to experience like Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls,
right?
And Bluto's Bill Rat Barge, because you get soaked on those. So you have to already go in the mentality that if we're going to go to Islands of Adventure and you guys want to get wet, probably have a different attire on. Because as I said, you don't just get wet, you get soaked.
Oh, I believe it.
We got soaked on that How You Train Your Dragon water ride.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Oh, the fire one, the Spitfire or whatever.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That was crazy. We got drenched.
Yes,
but it was hella hot though. I mean,
that lady,
that little Asian lady, man, she had game.
Yeah, and then the other ship, they were doing it too. They both were doing it.
I
Yeah,
know.
it does.
Ours didn't reach that far. I don't know
That's
why.
facts, man. I know.
Yeah, we got janked.
Right.
Literally.
But once again, How to Train Your Dragon, man. Isle of Berg came through once again.
It did. Yeah, I would say that was the one water ride we did, but it actually felt good because
Right.
it got extremely hot. I don't know what it is with the Isle of Berg and Super Nintendo. When you go into those, it is like a heat wave.
Yeah, it is.
It did. Oh my gosh, it definitely did. I'm trying to think. What did you guys think? Okay, this is something that hasn't been brought up yet. What do you guys think of Disney Springs?
Oh, I loved it, man. I loved it. I just wish I wasn't as tired. But man, we got a lot done that day. I mean, Boathouse was sick, but then we were going to go on those little amphicars, but it rained and then kind of bailed out after the rain. But yeah, the day flew by, dude. What the hell? You know what I mean? I was sad that we were leaving the next day. So when I go back to Disney Springs, I got to have like a full energy. Hey, the Boathouse.
Hey, Peter, I'm sure you saw Tommy's posts. His dessert.
Holy.
This thing was like this.
Massive.
That long. I'm like, holy.
They said it was meant for 2 people. I was like,
yeah, more like 5 people.
Right.
God,
That was intense,
it
yeah.
was huge. Wow.
No, we didn't do the hot air balloon. I think we talked about it. Like,
Is that Universal or Disney?
that was at Disney Springs, the hot air balloon that goes up,
saw it.
but it's on the table.
They
down.
had it
Next time.
They had it tied down. They weren't going to debut it because of the rain and weather.
Right. Yeah. We just had a really, I think, rainy day like for Disney Springs, but sometimes that's a good time in a sense because you don't have to worry about like the rides or anything. It's just the only problem is when it rains with Disney Springs, everything is so far spaced out.
Yeah,
it is.
That, like you can't reach one side to the other without having to go outside. And but yeah, Tommy, I agree with you. I feel like out of all the days, that was the day that went by the quickest. Was our
I kind of felt that.
I barely got anything done. Like I could have went to all the stores and stuff. I kind of just lollygagged. I don't know. It was fun. I mean, I bought some merch for sure. It was cool. Good time.
I think the next time we do Disney Springs, we'll do like a full on day where we could just not even just do shopping, but we can do like
Whatever.
we'll do some restaurants
next time. Yeah.
Next time.
Next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'll do. I'll just like set aside a day just for like Disney Springs.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So I think we were talking about the resort across the way from Disney Springs was Saratoga.
And that's that was actually perfect because we were talking about for next year for us to do Saratoga Springs because I was running by some hotels to Conductor and we were sitting in the Boathouse and yes, Peter Haas, Boathouse. There you go. And he asked me, he was like, what's that? What are those buildings right over there? And I said, that's Saratoga. That's how close it was that you could just walk over the bridge and you literally have Disney Springs at your convenience.
Oh, it was awesome.
And
that should be it. We might have to pick that one.
I think that's where we're going to lock in. I think we're going to do Saratoga Springs.
Plus, you said they get early entry, right?
With it being a deluxe, you get you get the early entry for the park.
Time, man. It's time.
Which would be smart for Animal Kingdom.
Right.
Right. Yeah. You have to set aside like 5 days for Disney Springs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's funny? I told both the guys, I said, because we split off. Well, I split off from them like twice. And I literally walked all of Disney Springs. I didn't go into all the stores or all the restaurants, but, over the years of, walking, I walked pretty fast. So I was able to circle Disney Springs a couple times, but it's big. I mean, big. There was a lot of stuff like, oh, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. Like we missed out on Gideon's because by the time we tried to go there, the line was wrapped around the building and down the corner. And it was.
Well, I think because of the rain, we were all pretty much done. And
Yeah.
I think when we were ready to leave, and we're like, "Do we want to stop at Gideon's?" And we just ate dessert at the boathouse, and we're like,
Well, that and like you said, it was rainy. We were tired. And then plus, with the whole TSA nonsense going on at the airport, we had to leave to the airport extremely early in the morning because we weren't sure if we were going to make it. Because good friend of all of ours, Megan Spooky, actually texted Tommy on Instagram. She tried to leave at the same airport we were taking the day before, and her flight got canceled. And TSA was a nightmare. So
Yeah, I was spooked. I was like, man, we got to get there like 9 hours early and everything. Now we got there like 3-4 hours early. It was still,
but you know what? But
It was
that was
still
still a
smooth,
good call because
It was.
there was a possibility it still could have been. Because it's weird because there are certain people around the country that are saying that they're still stuck in the airport, and
Yeah.
they. But then you look at another airport and they're like, "Oh, we got in like 15 minutes. It was smooth." It's like it's the weirdest thing. But but no, that was a good call on Tommy's part because that was concerning of like how we were going to get back. But I will say they did overbook our flight and they needed 3 people. And I know Abby probably would have kicked my ass if I would have did this. But when they said they were giving out $2,500 per person, I was this close.
Oh, I was close.
plus a $500 voucher.
Plus the voucher. Yeah, so they were giving out cash plus the voucher, but 25 a piece. That was $5,000 between the two. I was this close. But and I said, "Do you think we should have done it?" And she just turned around and she just looked at me and she's like, "You could do it. I'll meet you at home."
It was very tempting. The problem I had with it is, with all the TSA issues going on, the 2 choice airports they wanted to fly us to and then finally get to Vegas after was either going to be Atlanta or it was going to be oh my god, it was either going to be Atlanta or I think Chicago,
Ohio.
And both
That
airports,
was my problem. That
both
was my
airports were jacked up. Worse
Right.
than Orlando.
No,
We're
but
flying you into the
I don't
pit.
wanna do that.
and if we would have went north, we would have went into a blizzard.
Right.
Hell with that.
So that would have been now had it would have been you had to have a layover in Vegas or Denver. Oh, dude, Vegas, that would have been the perfect thing because I'd be like, give me the $5,000, give me the vouchers, and then we'd be like, you know what? Let's just stay a couple nights in Vegas, and then
Yeah.
like
There you go.
Exactly.
Peter says, give me a $50 food voucher, and I would
Smart.
but yeah, that's why, John, as I said, I was close. I was really close. But if
It was
we
15-day run, bro.
yeah, and honestly, if we got stuck in probably with the blizzard alone, we would have probably got even double stuck in Ohio.
And it was at 7 in the morning. They wanted us to take the 11 p.m. flight from Ohio to Vegas.
Oh,
So you have to be in the airport the whole time. You don't know where your luggage went. They're going to have to transfer it over there. It's sitting somewhere for 12 hours without you. Hey, yeah, exactly. If it was in Vegas, man, I'll be at that Bacchanal or the Wynn buffet grubbing. And I'll just take an Uber home. I mean, come on, a rental? Just gonna drive home.
There you go. Smart.
Now, I wanted to ask you, speaking of food, and I know we touched upon food, but we were actually saying like kind of Tommy, you asked what was like the least. And as I said, mine was Space. I think we all kind of agreed that it was like not the experience of Space 220, but just like of the food. I don't think it was like up to par with the price range of it. But now let's look at the opposite end. What was your all-time favorite? Kind of like breaking it off, like it could be the same thing. Like, what was your favorite restaurant experience? But then, what was your favorite meal?
Yeah, you go, conductor, because I already know my stuff.
Okay, so I'm going to go on the Disney side first. I'm going to do that. I would say Ohana's is my number 1 by far.
Good choice.
Boathouse would be my number 2. And for my number 3, Disney, ooh, that is hard. I would have to say the Rose and Crown from my top 3. Now for Universal, Mythos number 1. That's a guaranteed fact, hands down. Second one, I would say Dawes Steakhouse. Dawes Steakhouse. Number 3, though. Number 3. And this actually could be tied for actually second. Was what was the diner you took us to, George? At Hollywood Studios?
At the studio, Lombards.
No, 50s prime time or prime time cafe.
At Disney
Oh,
World.
the other one in the morning.
Yeah, the
50s prime time.
Hollywood Studios. That was okay. That was kind of cool because actually, if I could add a fourth, it would be Sci-Fi Dining. But that third one, though, the reason why I like it so much, it was hilarious. We walk in, I literally feel like I'm in a house
Yeah.
in the 50s, and then we get this gentleman. What was his name? Caleb or Jacob or what?
Go watch the vlogs, everybody.
Yeah, I gotta watch the vlogs again. But he was awesome. Played his character so well.
I think it was Caleb.
Caleb. Okay.
Caleb.
Big shout out to Caleb. This guy, oh my gosh. He was like the smart ass brother you always wanted. Because this guy was totally in character and I loved it.
And that's what's so cool about that restaurant, because depending on which family member you get a completely different experience. You can get the annoying sister, you can get the
loving grandma.
Yeah.
Oh, man. She was my favorite. I kept watching her at the tables. She was all coming over, like just felt like your grandma, dude. That's sick, dude.
Yeah, Peter, one year I had the mother, and literally I didn't finish my green beans, but I ordered the peanut butter and jelly milkshake. She literally stuck a green bean in my milkshake.
Oh, jeez.
That's pretty good. Well, so you were done, conductor, with the ranking of the restaurants?
I'm good.
All right, so I'm going to go with food at the restaurant. By far, I asked about it the whole damn trip, that Cantonese pork belly from Yak and Yeti. And so, once again, Animal Kingdom coming in full swing for me. I finished that whole bowl. Insane. Then, best food at a restaurant was best vibe was Be Our Guest. Nothing like being in the Beauty and Beast castle. We're in the ballroom. Beast came out. I had the gray stuff rose. I mean, there's nothing like what we did. The French onion soup there was insane. And then for Universal, Mythos, man, that pork chop, that bone-in pork chop was crazy. But then Big Fire, man, that probably was the best filet mignon I had all trip. Best beef I had all trip. That was just in City Walk. Definitely top tier, in my opinion. Epic Universe, Atlantic was really fun. I liked Atlantic. I mean, they were really nice there and stuff too. The waiter kept coming back and forth nonstop.
Except for that caviar, that was disgusting. But that's
yeah. But still, even the experience added to it, like it was fun, man. I don't know, that place was lit. Epic Universe is like, it's so new, but everything else was new to me too, right? Because I just didn't know anything. But Epic Universe just felt like on another level. Like, if everything was flowing, Epic Universe is hard to reckon with. But there's hiccups. And no pun intended, I've said this twice, but we got those delays. I know the weather is going to delay it, which is fine, but we don't need any other delays.
So I'm going to answer John's question real quick. At the Japanese pavilion, I did something fancy. I kept George out of the section of the store with
a bat out of hell, because I couldn't even stay in there to even look at the kimonos.
Nope, I kept him out of that. So that was my fancy part of the Japan pavilion.
That's okay. We got next year.
I'm still going to keep you away.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
Because just for that, I might be looking at the wooden sandals too.
I can't help you, Abby. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
I can't help you.
So no, we didn't get any sushi. I love sushi. Abby loves sushi. I forget. Do you guys? I know we talked about it because I asked you guys like if you guys wanted to stop at a sushi place, but
I'll do like special spicy tuna roll or like California roll or dragon roll. But if you take me to Nobu, I'll definitely do sashimi and everything. But
There you go.
that's only if you're paying me, to go to Nobu and
Well,
treat
and
me.
I
I'll take that.
I think if Magical Hops is still in here, I think he knows what happens when you put conductor with sushi. So
Yeah, well, especially when he doesn't explain what the concept is, and I've never been there before. And I told him that at least about 5 times before we sat down. And he laughed, so that was on him. Oh my gosh!
We had that calamari taco at Epcot. It was pretty good. I mean, Jared from Capture the Magic
that was
was
good.
lacing up. Yeah, he was telling us to get that, and it was real calamari. in there.
So for $8 though, for
Well,
eight,
Disney gave you two.
I
They do it for
exactly. I wish it was that.
It's Disney though, and it's calamari. I mean,
I think it's so funny that we didn't even do this on purpose, that throughout the whole trip, Abby got at both Universal and Disney. She got the calamari. I had to get the wedge salad literally everywhere that had a wedge salad. And surprisingly, I think honestly, Sci-Fi had the best wedge salad.
Yes. And actually I did. You guys did that.
Did the bread pudding at every single
I did the bread pudding at almost
yeah,
every-
you did.
He gets the bread pudding. Even
Hell
if the cream's gonna melt.
I'll never forgive George for that.
Yeah, you owe him a bread pudding, man. Nah, I do. I feel like I do. I'm the one.
No, you're good.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll buy you a bread pudding when you get me a filet mignon.
No, there is no
It's like
comparison.
$100.
I have to say though, I will keep talking about it. I know I keep on repeating it. That was one of the funniest moments. So honestly, I can't really downplay Space 220 because if I did, that moment would have never happened.
George,
Right.
you know why we're talking about it? Find that moment and bring it up. Share it on your screen. Bring it up because everyone has to see it if they haven't watched the video yet, because it's a certain section. It was one of the most funniest moments. I was laughing. I was dying.
And then while I'm doing that, if you what was your favorite experience restaurant and food?
For food. Well, I did order the calamari everywhere. The best calamari was at, where was it at? Well, the best lobster roll, because I ordered multiple of those too. The best lobster roll was at Lombard's. The best dining for me was, I really liked, whatchamacallit? I liked Be Our Guest. I like being in the castle. But I also like the 50s primetime just because I like the experience in there. And the fried chicken was really good, even though I had really big breasts. They gave me such a big piece. And then for I also liked the lobster roll at Atlantic was good too. Unfortunately, the one for
Boathouse
wasn't that great just because I don't like the cold lobster roll. So it wasn't as good as the other ones. And I loved the Ohana noodles. Those
Oh
were,
my gosh.
yes.
Yeah,
That
I think
restaurant was crazy.
yeah, I think Ohana for me. I mean, I loved all the restaurants. I loved all the experiences. But Ohana's, I think, was like the top notch. I will say California Grill would have given it a run for its money. It
Oh,
would have. Which
But we looked at the
unfortunately,
menu though.
next year.
yeah, they were on a seasonal menu because actually California Grill is celebrating its 30th anniversary.
Oh,
You would think for its 30th anniversary, it would have had like show stopping, but we looked at the menu. It was not impressive.
Yeah.
The original menu is, so next year for sure.
So I'm going to answer a couple comments, George, while you're pulling up that
Yep.
video. John asked where Ohana's is at. It's at the Polynesian. And then he also asked, did we do the Hall of Presidents? The show wasn't open, but me and Tommy actually walked in there and kind of walked around the lobby. That was really cool. And then
No JFK. Is it just older presidents? They should have put JFK in.
I didn't
Or,
see
I
it.
guess. Yeah, I guess it's just older presidents.
He might
Like,
actually,
yeah.
you know what? Actually, I think I did see JFK somewhere.
Nah, I don't think. No, he wasn't there.
You sure?
Yeah, maybe they're just doing like old
Maybe.
presidents. I don't
And
know.
then John asked which park had the best staff.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Epic Universe was pretty lit, but
Yeah.
like Disney World, I'd say all around everywhere
Yeah.
were like really, really like. I was giving some candy. They wanted some candy. They're like, that's my favorite. Gave them some candy. I mean, I was like, hey, I'm gonna do this reel and run out. I didn't tell everybody I was doing the way I did stuff, but some I did. They let you do it. I mean, they let you do whatever you want out there. You paying the bucks, they don't give a shit what you're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then I want to bring up the last comment, George, if you're ready with the video. It's from Tiny Snacks.
Yeah.
He said, did anything at Walt Disney World stick out with it being a tourist park compared to Disneyland? I will tell you this. The reception I got from Walt Disney World is it seems like people out there, they're more behaved, but they're a little more confused on where to go. At Disneyland, I kind of feel like everyone knows where things are at, but people are very
Aggressive moving.
Moving
Aggressively.
Yeah,
I mean, people will not move at Disneyland for you,
and could be rude.
Yeah.
So,
So for me, Disney World, just the stick out thing was all the buses and all the free transportation you literally get from anywhere at any time. I mean, like they say stuff closes, but they'll wait for you. Like literally, they'll wait for one person. Like
Yeah, that's what they
treat.
said.
Yeah, they treat everybody equal, if not better than equal. It's insane out there. Like you're on Disney World. We're on property, this resort. It's like a city. I swear they move different. You know what I mean? One hiccup and you're probably fired. So
And I
like
guess,
Anaheim, Anaheim's a city inside,
and I guess I kind of prepped you guys of how it was going to be, but again, I could repeat myself till I'm blue in the face. You're never going to know until you actually experience it yourself. Then after you do, then you're like, okay, I get it. While Disney World and Disneyland, they are two totally different beasts.
Yeah.
They're equally great. They're in their own way, but when you try to compare, it's like you can't really do that. It's weird.
It's really weird.
Yeah, because that's how I felt when I first came out for Disneyland, of how you guys felt for Walt Disney World. It's just, and honestly, I'd even say for Universal, I feel like the same way. When I go to Universal Orlando, it's a completely different feel than going to Universal Hollywood.
It is.
And the thing I could appreciate, go ahead. No, yeah.
No, go ahead. You were starting. Go ahead.
I'll just spit it out real quick. I just haven't been to Disneyland and Universal yet. I'll go back in April. But man, like after this trip, let me tell you, I do appreciate the condensedness of the parks where I could move quicker without sweating. That's all I want to say. Go ahead, conductor. Yeah.
No, to answer George's point though, to be completely honest with you, I think what made the parks more enjoyable for me out there compared to here, it all has to start with the security and how we entered the parks. Such a better experience right off the gate, literally. And that's one thing I expect when I'm paying a lot of money. I'm going to tell you right now, when I'm paying a lot of money, if I don't get the best impression I can as I'm entering through security as I'm entering at the entrance to the theme park, it kind of dampers the mood for me. And I'm not one that kind of falls short on having a bad experience right off the gate. It's just, for me, the security, oh my gosh, at Epic, all the Universal parks, just same thing at Walt Disney World. Very accommodating. They know what to look for. They were very kind and respectful, very helpful, and the systems that they use out there is so far advanced and so more efficient that I never had a problem. Whenever I go to Disneyland out here or I go to Universal Hollywood out here, it feels like I'm at an airport going through security. And I don't like feeling that. I don't. Especially when I'm basically a man on a mission. Like, I have a plan laid out, what I want to do in the park, what I want to cover, what I want to ride, what foods I want to try before I meet up with some friends. That's what I want to do. And to kind of be in this dinosaur age of security out here, it's kind of unacceptable at this point.
Yeah, I could agree with you with that, because again, I noticed that more because I started out with Walt Disney World. So I got to see the better part of it before coming out here, and it's like, oh wow, that's like a major downgrade. So you guys got to see the opposite way. But before I share my screen to show the little snippet, Conductor, I believe this is for you, so I will let you take over.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Hidden Geek Village. I'm so glad to be back. He says, welcome back. Glad you had fun. I can't wait to visit the Florida parks again. Disney World was my first park, and even though I am in California, I feel Disney World is my home park. You know what's funny about that, Hidden Geek Village, and thank you for the $20 super chat, very kind of you, is that, again, for me, what won me over there was the efficiency of security, efficiency of entering the park. That's what sealed the deal for me. Literally.
And sometimes it takes like just those small things, you know, just to kind of like, because again, Disneyland is phenomenal. Walt Disney World's phenomenal. So you have to kind of nitpick a little bit to say, hey, like, what can, you know, win me over this than that, you know? That's that. Yeah. And it is very valid. It's very valid. But I'm going to share my screen. And this was the vlog on Holo Gelato. And I'm not going to obviously show the whole video, but I'm just going to give you guys the little snippet of, I think, was one of the greatest moments of this whole entire trip, because it literally went off without a beat. And it was just, oh my gosh, it was awesome.
More like softer, and at least seasoned, that I don't need any sauce on it. So I give it 2 yum.
Okay, so there was some confusion with the temperatures of our steaks, which we really didn't know because it is like very darker in here. So I ordered a blue steak, which I think it was more so coming out as like rare. But little did we know that they mixed up the plates, and actually, Conductor, after I brought it up, he noticed it, and he had me take a piece of his steak or his filet mignon, and it turns out that I ended up with his, he ended up with mine. So essentially, he cleared his plate, well, essentially my plate, but how is my filet mignon?
Couldn't be more perfect if it tried. That was like perfect. Oh my god. I wish everybody could have seen George's face when I said that. He was like red in the face laughing. I was actually surprised he can hold his camera straight.
I was, because literally, because I just thought I was just going to end up saying, like, I hope you enjoyed, you know, your filet mignon or my filet mignon. Did you enjoy it? And I just thought you would have been like, yeah, but the fact you took that last, you had one piece left.
I did.
That was it. You just like had to just
rub it in.
rub it in, like relish in the moment of.
Of course.
I think honestly, out of all four of us, you had like the best filet mignon. It was tender, it was juicy, it was flavorful, it had the right temperature.
It did.
was-
It was the best filet mignon that will go down in history in my stomach.
oh my gosh.
Gosh.
But I wanted to ask you guys before we pretty much are coming out to a close. Is there anything else you guys wanted to bring up, discuss?
Yeah, I got one. Obviously, after this, we're going to think of a lot of more stuff. But anyways, Guardians at Epcot.
I'm glad you brought that up because actually that was going to be
Wow.
my closing thing. Was what was your favorite attraction?
We rope dropped this,
Yes.
and this ride blew my mind. I already had done Velocicoaster, Hagrid's. Did I do Tron yet? No, I didn't do Tron yet.
No, Tron didn't
Like,
come.
I had no Tron to compare to, but I keep saying Tron, but Guardians, though, I was just mesmerized by this. I don't know why. Something with the lights, the story, the music. Guardians is one of my favorite Marvel movies, like top 5. So that one just really was worth the wait. I mean, we had a lot of waits. It's easier to wait in line when you have friends to talk to. And I mean it too. I mean, when you're waiting in line by yourself, you could edit or you could just look on social media. When you're in line with your family, I don't know if you guys were in the room together or everything, you may be getting tired of each other. It may not be like that all the time. I'm just saying. But when you're with like your friends and your peers and you're really just conversing about the business side of things and the fun aspect, the waits really didn't hit me too hard. At least at Disney, I was able to do, Test Track was probably the longest wait at a Disney thing. I mean, Tron was too, but I felt like Tron just breezed by because we were so excited and we were talking and stuff. It's hard. I don't know. My perception of time was different at each park each day. If I was tired more, maybe it was different. I probably could, if I could afford it and everything and with all that, probably could do another week. Probably could have done 3 weeks out there, to be honest. 2 weeks at Disney, 1 week at Universal. I know it sounds really, really too much. I know I sound like a prick or something. I don't know. Sorry. Like
Not really, because
snob or something. It's like, but dude, I could live out there.
my streak was broken because I usually extend my trips.
Right.
My streak was broken, but
Yeah. You were actually, he was looking in Avatar. He's like, yeah, let me see.
No!
Abby's like, wait, what are you doing over there? You're like, well, actually, hypothetically, that was
Oh,
epic.
Lordy.
I know. Tommy caught him. He's like, I know you're. I can see you looking. I can see your.
Yeah. I could have done it, man, and then get that 2,500 from the airport. Yeah.
yeah, literally. And here's the thing: if that would have happened, I would have told them literally just give me the 5K because it would have been 25 and 25.
Right.
I'd be like, give me the vouchers. You don't have to book it. I will book my own flight. My happy Italian ass would have turned right around and went right back down the escalator.
Yep.
I'd be like, $5,000. I'm heading to the Poly.
There you go.
Hell yeah, bro.
Real smart.
So that's actually I like that because it is very different because I've taken many different kinds of trips to Walt Disney World. Like I've done solo trips at Walt Disney World. I've done family vacations at Walt Disney World. I've done a couples trip. I've done, group. And it's like, and it's different each time depending on like what kind of company that you have. And you're right. Like where, like when you're with like your immediate family, like if you're with like,
It may not be every time, but you know what I mean.
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Like
Right.
it's a completely different feel. Now, Tommy, again, I think I asked you and I think it's on the vlog, but I'm just going to ask again, Cosmic Rewind compared to Tron.
Whew. That's a tough one. man, because I really like Guardians, but we did Tron twice, and then Tron, it's like you're on a motorcycle, but then you're going back and forth, like and backwards on Rewind. The story element, of course, I'll go with Guardians all day, bro, all day. Tron, though, that thing brought me back to life like twice. I mean, that was like, I know we're like this. That's the only negative part is like you're like flopped over. You're like, damn, you know, like I don't know. What do you think, Conductor?
So, I have to say, Guardians was a very unique ride. Like, I loved it. I wanted more. I was craving more. That's how much I loved it. Test Track, I didn't obviously ride the other two versions of it, but Test Track was awesome. It at some point on the actual test track itself, after the indoor scenes, it actually goes 20 miles faster than Radiator Springs Racer. So instead of 45, it goes 65. So that was awesome. But then getting off the ride, I literally felt like I was shopping for a new vehicle because I walked into a dealership.
That was sick.
That was interesting. And then I think literally each park kind of gave me a different perspective, because if you think about it, Epcot, I loved it because, again, one of the things that I love about the Orlando parks, whether it's Universal or Disney, is at some point water is always incorporated in some way, big or small, at
in
these
the
parks.
Yeah.
So that's what I loved. And you had things surrounding the water, like Epcot. You had all the different countries surrounding the body of water. You look at Animal Kingdom, you had the water kind of underneath the bridge as you go into Avatar. Or you look at Islands of Adventure, same thing with what Epcot is. You look at Magic Kingdom, even though there was no water because they were painting the castle, but usually there's water. That's what I kind of liked. And even Epic Universe with the fountains. Amazing,
bro. Beautiful. And just real quick, I did like how Florida has actual drinking water fountains in the queues, you know, of these lines. I mean, Cali does not have that. Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, I like
that
a
is,
lot.
and again, it's like those subtle moments that they have to like add, because, you know, with Florida it could get very hot, you know, especially during the summer months. They do have fans that they also have throughout the queue. I really wish that they would adapt to Universal, where they actually have the spring water mist out of the fans.
Yeah, right.
I think that like work really well too. What was your favorite like attraction kind of thing? Because I know some of the rides that I thought wouldn't affect you, it ended up affecting you.
So my favorite ride for Universal, well, like I have a favorite for each park, I guess. Because then for the studios, I love the E.T. ride.
Oh, yeah.
Islands of Adventure, I love Spider-Man. Epic Universe, I love the little Yoshi ride. Because
I love that.
I love that one. And then for Disney, I love Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And I like the I can handle Guardians, which is always surprising to me just because of how much it loops. But I guess that even though it like turns, it doesn't do it as rough as some other rides. So I can handle that one. But my favorite still there is I love the Ratatouille ride there. And then of course, Flight of Passage.
You said all the rides we didn't talk about, and I agree with you. I mean, all those hit really hard.
Well, a lot of the big stuff you guys rode, I was the sitting out because I'm a baby. I'm like, I don't want it to take me out for the rest of the day. So
Yeah, and that was
where.
and honestly, and Abby was a trooper that she held all our bags, all our
So
equipment.
I'm the locker.
She's literally, yeah. I mean, it was like, I have a bad, dirty joke of that, but I won't say it.
I have a feeling.
Yeah. See, they know me. They know me.
I was happy to just sit and wait for them because I know my limitations, and I know if I ride one of those, I'm going to get sick. So
Yeah, I hear you.
And then John says, any of those rides beat Indiana Jones?
Oh man,
I have a bias with Indiana Jones just because my dad helped make the ride. So,
and I have a bias towards Indiana Jones because I love Harrison Ford.
I think honestly, Indiana Jones is just a separate ride of itself.
Yeah.
You have to, in 1995, when that ride opened, there was no other ride like it. That ride vehicle was non-existent anywhere, and it's like it would just brought something so new. So to go on that ride over 30 years later, and it still have the impact of today's youth and today's generation,
100%.
it stood the test of time. So really, I think honestly, no, I don't think really anything can compare to Indiana Jones. And I think honestly, even when there's going to be a new storyline, there's going to be a new thing at Tropical Americas, which is going to be great, but I still don't think it'll level up to Indiana Jones Adventure here at Disneyland. It can't. I'm sorry.
I don't think so. Now, I want to ask you, George and Tommy. I know you don't. You're not interested, but I thought I'd bring it up because talking about this trip where we already started planning while we were on vacation, but for next summer. Let me ask you, because I talked to you on the phone earlier. Me and you are like brothers, all three of us, because we constantly call each other. We were talking about, because there is speculation and talks online that the newest ship that was announced at the shareholders meeting, which is the Believe,
it is 2027. It is 2027.
Okay, so is that something you might delay our trip? Let's say they debut it in July. Would you be willing to go in July or August or whenever they debut it to be on the main voyage? Because I know that's a bucket list dream of yours, to actually ride the main voyage of one of these Disney ships that's brand new to
I will say this, because you guys are still going to be part of the trip. If that would be okay for you, if depending on if it would push up a month or push back a month, or it may be in the month. I mean, to literally go back down there and open up Tropical Americas and do a maiden voyage of a brand new Disney ship. I mean, that would be like, like that'd be like a chef's kiss, a content's dream. And yeah, I did double check with that, because when you mentioned that to me, I went on Disney Cruise Line's Instagram and I watched the little reel, and it said coming 2027. So the thing that's different about this ship that they never done before, they always announce a ship several years even before they start building it. So the fact that they're saying it is coming next year, this ship is already it's already practically almost built.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for D23, because the fact that it's going to open in 27, we are going to know probably almost everything about the Believe. So yeah, to answer your question, if you guys are cool with it, it's probably going to be around the same time. The only way that I would say no is if they pick a weird month and they have the maiden voyage like in January or February.
No.
Then I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'll get the next one. There's going to be 4 more ships. I'll get the next one to run. But if it's close to it, because I really still, and I'll find a way, trust me, I will find a way, because I still want it wrapped around your guys' birthday, because I think that would be really cool. Because you guys really only 12 I mean, some years and change, but you guys are essentially like 12 days apart as far as like birthdays. I
Crazy.
still would love to have a dual birthday for you guys down there in the tropical Americas. That would be really cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be lit.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. But overall, I think the trip for me, George, I think the best part of the entire trip, literally, without a doubt, is being down there for my first time with Tommy, with Abby, with you, George, and experiencing Universal Orlando, experiencing Walt Disney World for my first time, surrounded by friends. That was literally the best way to experience a brand new theme park or theme parks, as Drew was blown away when we had him on right before we went on Holo Gelato, and he said, George, you're taking them in 7 brand new theme parks? Are you crazy? He couldn't believe it. And I
literally, and that's why the thumbnail that I picked for this live, I knew it was going to be a group photo of us. I had it with Epic Universe because literally that trip was epic. The fact that it was your guys' first time, we did the whole big bang of Disney World, Universal Orlando. I mean, really, the only thing we needed to add it was a Disney cruise. We would have had the triple crown. like that would have been, but it'll never. And as I said, when we go back down, it's going to be great. And your guys are going to have a whole new experience. You know, we'll have Tropical Americas. We'll stay at Saratoga Springs. I love Saratoga Springs. I think you guys will really enjoy it. But everything that'll move forward when we go, whether we go together or you guys do solo trips, you guys do family trips, it'll always arcen back to that first trip. And that is something that you will never have again. So again, I am so glad that I was able to be there for your guys' first trip down there. That is something that I will always have with me, that I was able to put it together for you guys to literally. And as I said, my main goal, I would be completely satisfied. You guys coming off this trip and saying, you know what, we had the best damn time ever. That was my goal. That was my goal.
And you accomplished it by far.
And I'm glad. I'm glad you guys had a great time. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll hire you again.
There we go.
No, just kidding. In all honesty, though, you guys did kill it, and commended you guys many times. But the way you guys helmed it, and literally from time frame to time frame, this first, and then we'll be able to roll into this, and then knock that out. We really stuck to a good structure, and we didn't go in blind anywhere. I would say that's always wasting time when I'm on vacation, when I go in somewhere blind, and we did not do that anywhere. Everything was well executed, planned to the T. Woke up, we did everything all right. There was no issues. No one had any problems.
No.
There was no like drama. No one was like beefing it out with anybody we didn't know. Like, you know, the food hiccup with the beef, but what are you going to do? I mean, everybody orders different temperatures. So that in the end was like, whatever. But like, I mean, everything fell in line. I mean, I would say the one thing that kind of didn't work is this man conductor has been talking about it for 4 damn years. Hogwarts Express shut down while we were on it. It was like the Truman Show. This guy's ready. He got his lollipops, his candies ready. Got popcorn, everything. And then they're like, "Oh, we got to get off." He's like, "Oh no, not really." But you know what I mean. It's just like, dude, we've been waiting years for this,
and that never happens. You never see it happen with Hogwarts Express. And the one time, because we even attempted to do it the next day, and it was still down because we had the park hopper.
Yeah. And it was still closed. So I'm like, okay.
So we have stuff to do, man. We still have stuff to go back to.
Oh yeah. No, by far.
By far. If we ever tackle HHN out there.
I'm telling you guys right now. I'm just saying it right now. So you guys hear it from me now. I am waiting because, as I said, they just filmed something in Lost Continent, so they're going to announce something. I swear to God, if Mythos is part of that, I don't know what the time frame is when it's going to close. I will go down. This is how nuts I am. I will fly down and eat Mythos one more time.
Well, let me know.
Before I'll let you know, because literally I will fly down. I'll take a couple days at Cabana Bay or wherever, actually on Universal, and I would want to go to Mythos one last time if I know that it's going to close down for good.
Smart.
Because it's just weird. I mean, it's Pokemon's 30th anniversary, and then Universal's working really close with One Piece for FanFest. You just don't know what property it is, but I feel like it's one of those.
It's one of those two. It has to be one of those two because I feel like the structure of what Lost Continent is fits One Piece. But yeah, you're right. The 30th anniversary of Pokemon, it's the biggest franchise out there. We know that it's happening in Japan. I think I'm leaning a little more towards Pokemon, to be honest.
Me too.
Definitely. There's two questions in the chat I want to get to. The first one is from Ryan Turner. He says, I wish they could bring that security process to Disneyland. You never know what you'll get here. That is true. And that's something I told Tommy about and George. I said, it's interesting because Disneyland doesn't bug me that much. But Universal Hollywood, it's almost like a different experience every single time. I could have security tell me, "Oh yeah, you're good," and you could bring that stuff in, and all I have is my little tripod that doesn't extend, which they care about the most. If it extends, they won't let you bring it in, and then I have the little mics. And, a couple of fuel cells, courtesy of George, who gave me some fuel cells for batteries for my phone to recharge. And it's funny, the last time me and George were at Universal, the security person asked me deliberately, and George was literally right behind me. He asked, he's like,
I'm sorry, this was like the dumbest question I've ever heard.
Yeah, he asked, what's your intentions with this tripod? And I looked at this guy. I'm like, well, I'm going to film, but I really wanted to say, yeah, my intentions are if someone pisses me off, I'm going to smack them over the head with it. What do you think I'm going to use it for? Come on. At Universal Orlando, I didn't get that problem. Well, at Walt Disney World, I didn't get
that makes sense now because after you brought it to my attention, from being like a late bloomer with the California parks, when you told me that the security is coming from a third-party source, it's not run by Universal, I can kind of understand why a security guard from a third party would ask that question. Because if they're not coming from Universal, they'd be like, on them, they're used to working the streets,
Yeah.
So to them, yeah, they probably do see your tripod as a nightstick. So it's like
stupid.
But like when you ask that question in Universal to a vlogger, you're like looking at them like, is that really a serious question?
Exactly. I'm like, you can't be for real. And then Hudson asks, too bad the Guardians building is an eyesore to Epcot entry site. I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell you this, Hudson. Actually, Guardians is not a bad eyesore. You know,
I know which one is.
The thing behind it.
I think I know what you're getting at.
The old Life Pavilion, the Golden Dome that's rotting away, that's an eyesore.
That thing is just god awful ugly. They need to put that thing out of its misery and just take it, just demolish it. Honestly, I wouldn't even retheme it to anything. It is so circa 1982. Just take it out and like start something new with that.
Just destroy it.
And then John Make It Rain said about like the money for the thing. You guys could have paid next year's flight with that money. Technically, we could have paid next year's trip with that money.
True. I was very tempted. I wasn't gonna lie. I was tempted. I
wasn't exhausted. I mean, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Remy D, welcome in, says, will you guys be doing a tier ranking vid using Tier Maker of all the rides you experienced on the trip. I think I know what you're talking about. It's that it's sort of like, it kind of looks like an Excel kind of spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's like S tier, yeah, A tier.
Yeah. I don't know if we'd do that, but I mean, I do like the idea of like literally.
Yeah, I like the idea for sure.
Yeah, I like the idea. I mean, I guess it probably would work because it's the only way to kind of like keep track of everything.
Sure.
So that'd be interesting.
Definitely. And then Ryan says, I often, oh, no, let's go to Chris's. I recommend going to the NASA Kennedy Space Center. Well, George actually told me, because I asked him about it, it's actually very close to Walt Disney World and Universal. So,
yeah, next time for sure.
Very
I'll ask my my cousin's husband because he works for NASA. I'll see if there's anything like
very cool.
You know, got the hookup. I'll see.
That'd be awesome. And then Ryan asks, I often stay at the Grand Californian, and if it's regular hours, or if it's regulars working security, it's great. If it's not, it can take 25 plus minutes to get through from the hotel.
Yeah, that little area does get a little backed up.
It does. That's what I mean. It's just, I don't know what the situation is with that. I don't get it. You know, it's funny. I want to ask you, Tommy, something. And I know this is kind of off the subject of our trip, but I'm sure you saw it. What did you think about the security problem that Disneyland had while we were on the trip, or at least coming back from the trip, with that kid Oblivion? Did you see any of that? And what do you think about that?
You know, with live streams, you know, everybody puts on a facade, and you have to be who you portray your character of yourself to be. So, you know, he did that with that Layla girl. You know, they went out on a date. That's what you're referring to.
Yeah.
It's a little too much. I mean, his followers got carried away. They did the swatting thing. I mean, Neon's got swatted again recently. When you do that, you really affect your favorite streamer. He kind of came off cocky a little bit, but realistically, in the end, I mean, it was the followers' intention to swat him at Disney. So his reaction comes with the youngster persona vibe that he gives off. So say don't swat your favorite live streamers, especially if you don't want them to get hurt or arrested or banned from for life from somebody.
I honestly think, if YouTube was to use AI for anything, create a program that it can pick up and read what a person is writing on a live stream, and if it does, it signals what they're writing.
Well, but the thing is he got swatted. They didn't comment. They just saw him live streaming at Disney and swatted him there. So it's like, I watched you.
Gotcha.
And I was like, oh, George, well, your full name, this and that, has this and that. You know, it wasn't true. Like I said, the guy came off cocky because they tell him to turn off his stream. He said no. They end up banning him and Layla from the park, allegedly, unless they got it reversed. But realistically, like I said, he got swatted 2 days later and was arrested for. See, I mean, this is what I'm saying, man. This is the rough part. Just, you know, that's the hard thing about a live stream. And too, you could delay it. You could delay the live stream. I'll just delay it. Of course, you're at the park though all day, so that's different. But you know, if you're at a restaurant, delay it an hour or two, so you're not at the place when it shows up online. You always don't be frozen goods wherever you're at. Make sure you schedule it perfect. I mean, especially if you're trying to blow up and people are watching you and you got some haters. You never know.
Yeah.
100%. That's something we kind of talked about, Tommy, on my live stream on Sunday, me and George, was the mere fact that this decision, because there was a post that George actually shared with me. I forgot the Instagrammer who it was, but they said actually Disney possibly could be looking at investigating that to the point where they might start putting restrictions on live streaming, possibly vlogging in the park because of this incident. But I kind of feel there was wrongdoing on both sides. You know, obviously you had Oblivion and the girlfriend doing things they shouldn't be doing, and I kind of felt like that female security, the manager, well, actually both of them, but the main one, the blonde one, there were some comments she made that were kind of irate. Like there was a point where she's all like, well, because Oblivion asks, okay, can I at least pay for this stuff? And she's like, well, if you don't pay for it, we're gonna arrest you for theft. It's like, I just asked you if I could pay for it before you escort me out, and you're kind of being a smart ass about it. And then there was some more confusion when they're at the tram load area where, you know, he's trying to get clarification, and she's saying, well, you're banned, you're banned. And they went back and forth, and she didn't clarify if it was for a day, for a week, for a month, forever. You know, it's, I think there was injustice on both sides, literally.
I mean, I could agree. I mean, good point. Well
Yeah.
said.
So it was just pure chaos. And I don't feel like, from what I've seen in Orlando with the parks, I don't feel like that would happen out there.
Well, we were only there for a week each,
That's true.
but it rains out there a lot. So, I mean, who
It
knows?
does. It does. But George,
And it's not Hollywood. I know there's a Hollywood, Florida, but I mean, it's not like
Not Hollywood. Yeah.
right, yeah.
John asked, does security at Disneyland start in the parking lots now rather than the gates of the park? Depends on where you're coming from. So if you were parked over in the Toy Story lot, which now that's going to be changing because they're, you know, with all the buses and everything, they usually have security over there. And then once you're on the bus, they drop you off already surpassed the security checkpoint. But if you're coming from the parking structure, you go through the security before you get on the tram, or if you're coming off a harbor, then that's the main security before you go into the Esplanade. Or there's also the security at Downtown Disney if you're coming in from the Disneyland Resort hotels.
yes.
So there's 4 different security points depending on.
I like the new Downtown Disney entrance the best. I mean, not new, but the newish one. I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The updated one. Yeah. It's very smooth to go through it, believe it or not. I think that's like the easiest one out of it all.
Yeah.
And then John says, would you guys consider doing SeaWorld next time? Too?
Yes, I did. I was like, I went to every park in Florida, and someone was like, you didn't go to SeaWorld. I was like,
Yeah.
So yeah, next time.
Well, and also too, not even just SeaWorld, then you also have to consider Busch Gardens too.
Yeah, right. I know this person though was literally just telling me, oh, you didn't go to SeaWorld. They were waiting for me, you know. So
To say SeaWorld.
yeah.
Very true.
Let's see. I just want to make sure. I think we're let's see. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure I was caught up to everything. But I think we'll start wrapping it up here. Guys, I want to thank you so much for joining. I know there's probably a lot more that we could even discuss because this trip was, again, like 2 weeks worth.
Right.
So, I mean, we could always come back on and add more if we think about it, you know, to add more for the live. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. And if you have more questions, yeah, maybe we'll do a part 2, you know. But in any case, Tommy, I'll start with you. Thank you so much for joining. Where could everyone find you on social media?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Hollow Gelato. I loved it. And Conductor, my bad, I missed the live stream on Sunday. I was in SF, so I definitely owe you one. Yeah, you guys can find me on Instagram at TommyToon_. Trying to push that IG. Hopefully, I get to 10K by December. Big goal, big aspirations. Who knows? YouTube, I'm still going to pump out those videos. I did 10 in a row. You guys are going to have to wait a little bit. But I will be down in Anaheim and LA for like 8 days. So I'm going to knock out a lot of stuff. That's TommyToon_world, same as TikTok. Conductor, we're going to lock in when I get down there too. I know George and Abby, I'll be with you guys a lot. Link up with some other folks too. Shout out everybody. Thank you guys for joining the chat. You know, Hollow Gelato gets these live streams lit.
Thank you. And Tommy couldn't make Conductor Sunday. Yes, a likely story. But anyway,
I know it sucks, man. It sucks. I made this one.
which I have to say though, for these guys like spending 2 weeks with me, they learned when the pun was coming. Like,
Yeah.
I forget, we were having breakfast at the table, and Tommy, you're just sitting there with this look on your face, like you're waiting for it. It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Conductor, again, as always, thank you so much for coming on. And if you want to let everyone know where they can find you on social media.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Abby and George. You guys are fantastic. You made my dreams come true on this trip. And again, like I said earlier, could not have been the best experience, not only just going on the trip, but being amongst friends. Had a wonderful time. Had a wonderful time tonight. I love doing live streams with you guys. You guys are awesome. Talking everything about theme parks. No matter what we're talking about, it's always a great time. But you can find me, Theme Park Conductor, on YouTube and Blue Sky at Theme Park Conductor. You can find me on Instagram at theme_park_conductor. You can also find me on X at Theme Conductor, TikTok at Theme Park Conductor 1, and every Sunday at 5 or 7 p.m. for Conductor Sunday live stream, where we have amazing guests like the one, the only Mr. Hollow Gelato with his spicy Italian theme park opinions, and him opening his shirt over there. Oh, God. That scares me already. And Tommy Toon World with his world-famous food reviews and amazing content. It's always a great time. And we do a lot of speculation. We do a lot of talking about rumors. And believe me, there's going to be a lot more content now that I've seen Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando. So I will be having other guests on the show as well. And again, their feedback on my trip. So definitely stay tuned for that in the next couple weeks.
Awesome. And I'll close it out with our socials, but if you would like to say any last words.
No, I had a great time. I miss these guys, even though it was 2 weeks. I love them like brothers now. And I can't wait for our next one. When we lock in next month, it'll be fun.
It's coming up.
And just saying, like, these guys, they all made sure that I was the princess I was complaining all the time. They made sure, like, you okay? Walking fine. Conductor takes like 1 step. It takes me like 4 steps. So he slowed down for me. And like, I just love that we were able to spend the 2 weeks together and just like get closer as our little fam bam. So
Our fan bam. Yeah, I like that. Our fan bam. But I completely agree. I think honestly it was like an extra, even though like we were already close, but I felt like it was like a great bonding moment of like just being together, having fun, but then again showing you guys around of everything. As I said, I wouldn't change a thing, to be honest with you. I loved how everything just kind of laid out. but I am looking forward to future adventures with you guys. As Tommy mentioned, in April he's coming back on. We're gonna live it up for FanFest and Food and Wine, and again, as Conductor mentioned, a lot more content on the horizon because we also have D23 among us. Lord help us all. So definitely and regardless, folks, if we're not at D23, if we can't get tickets, we will still be doing the coverage. We will be watching, and our eyes and ears, we will be covering all the breaking news. And again, we have next year's trip, so how can you be upset with that? So in any case, folks, thank you so much for joining us. This is Abby. This is Theme Park Conductor. This is Tommy Toon World. I'm George the Disney Italiano. And as I always say, in Disney Italiano fashion, stay safe, stay healthy, stay Disney. Italiano out.